Hi there, this is Galen Martling. Today I'm going to show a spinner card. Actually, I have two spinner cards for you, and I'm going to show how I use the mechanism to make it spin, and I'm using a brad to do this. It's very easy. So I'm going to go ahead and show this one I made before the video, and it uses a die and a couple of dies, and the brad is the moving element for this card. And I'm going to do something similar with this next one. Now, what I did was heat embossed a snowflake and die cut it out using Unity dies. I also have stamps by Unity. And so all of these stamps and dies are from the kits here. Colossal Snowflake. It has a coordinating die as well. I also have Chick Script Salutations die set, Poinsettia with Love stamp set, and Interactive Verbiage stamp set. Now, these are some dies I used. I used the rectangle die from Unity for the blue cardstock and this big snowflake die and a hello die, all from Unity. And so the interactive verbiage is cute. I used Spin Me on both of the cards. Just, the sender can just spin it, but it's pretty obvious that it does move and you can manipulate it to go around in a circle. And so the heat embossing I did in white against a teal cardstock for the snowflake and die cut it out. And then I have a blue cardstock background. I use a piercing tool to punch a hole. If you have a different kind of punch, that works too. But I wanted it wide enough, a little bit wider than the prongs on the brad for that. I just kind of made it be about 2 inches from the top. Now, you can also, if you don't want a spinner card, you can just do a hole in that snowflake there and fasten it with the brad directly onto the card background there. And it will kind of move a little bit, but the way I'm going to show you in this video works better for movement. So this would be if you wanted to fasten it to the card without any adhesive, you can use a brad. And then if you want a movement, I'm going to show you a process to get that. And so for this, I have a little leftover cloud die that's in my stash there. It looks like a little cloud, but I like it because it's big enough for me to put one little adhesive square on it. Put the brad through, and there's 2 prongs on the back of the brad. I don't want to fasten it all the way down to the paper, so I use my piercing tool to help bend it at the taller area, kind of towards the top of that prong. I just wanted it very loose so that it would move around easily. You can see that it's not pressed all the way down to the paper, and it moves easily. So that's just my moving element there. It is for the interactive part of the card. Now I have these foam squares, and these are perfect for this kind of technique. You just want to cut your foam a little bit bigger than your brad top there, or the brad head, if you will, and so that it doesn't stick down onto the cardstock there. And so you can trim them also to whatever size project you need. And so I leave that adhesive on until I'm finished. Now, to make this spinner work better and to spin more freely, you want to add adhesive foam to the back of this panel. And that frees up that element to move around and to not interfere with the card base at all. It leaves movement easier for that brad in the back. So I just had some leftover die cut pieces of snowdrifts that I did, and I'm just using them, using my leftover pieces. I die cut them. I can't remember which company it was. Probably My Favorite Things or My Creative Time. And so I stamped and trimmed the Spin Me sentiment and adhered that on with Gina K Designs Connect glue. I added that snowflake right over that piece of adhesive, and you see how it moves so nicely. It really moves nicely. You could see that when you spin it in the back, that tab is free to move around. And it's just one little brad. There's no adhesive really except for that foam tape piece. You can try to add your element right on top of the brad, but adding a little bit of height helps it spin more freely. And then I added the sentiment circle right in the middle of that snowflake. I love this winter sentiment. I thought it would be perfect for this snowflake. And then I just tap that down. That has a little bit of foam tape also. It's more it's not as high as the white foam tape. This is the one that has the red film, but you don't have to have foam tape on that sentiment, but I just chose to use it. And there you go. It's very, very fun. It's always well received, and it's a good way to use these brads you may have in your craft stash. So here we go. We have a second card there. In the background, I did not stamp. I just die cut it onto ivory cardstock. And I just put the hello sentiment there in the middle. It's done the same way though, the very same way. And it's 2 cards, 2 interactive fun cards. I hope you give it a try. Thanks so much for watching. Please take a moment to subscribe to my channel, like and share if you will. And have a great day.